occurred. And according to a TikTok...
Okay, buckle up for the bullshit. We're going to go through this, and I'm going to stop it and make my comment.
Okay, so we know they're on different levels. Two of the victims, Ethan and Xana, on that second level. The third level, Kaylee and Maddie, the two best friends in the same bedroom. Let me bring back in Dr. Michelle Dupree. We're trying to repair that audio. I don't know if it's much better, but...
She's a blood splatter.
While we have you, you were
Expert.
saying you'd find out if they fought back, and it appears that they did, in fact, fight for their lives. Tell us what else you would be looking for. No signs of sex assault apparent, according to the police captain. But what do the defensive wounds indicate to you as a forensic pathologist?
Well, they indicate that they were at least awake during part of the attack because they did try to defend themselves.
Right, which is incredibly sick.
Can you imagine the blood splatter on the walls with them trying to defend themselves?
To think that they might have been awoken by being stabbed with that enormous knife, that K-bar knife. It's sickening. They're heavy. It's even hard to hold. And then what's really puzzling is that knife sheath left behind. Was that an accident, or was that left as a message, as a trademark or something by the killer? I want to bring in one of your incredible colleagues, Dr. Dupree, forensic expert, the owner of Kenny Kinsey and Associates. Dr. Kenny Kinsey is joining us now as well. Doctor, good morning to you. Thanks for making time for us. Would you talk a little bit about things that could be clues at that crime scene? Perhaps the K-bar knife sheath. Is that a clue left behind, or is that sloppiness by a criminal?
Good morning, Miss Julie, and thank you for having me. I believe it was sloppiness. I believe it's mistakes on the part of the perpetrator. Surely, with the advent of touch DNA, or I guess the way it's evolved over the years, that a PhD student would consider that a major mess up. So I believe it was accident. It was in haste, and he was quite busy trying to cover his tracks, and I believe the knife sheath's going to be pivotal in this case.
Dr. Kinsey, would you walk us through, please, if you were in charge of investigating these deaths and how it happened, the way in which it happened, and going in there and reconstructing things? Give us an idea of how you would do that, if you would, please.
Well, the first thing would, the documentation of the architecture itself. You got to decide which way you're going to go in and out. You're going to have your workers go in and out because you don't want to destroy that blood spatter. And I would imagine there will be a lot of blood spatter in this case that will give a lot of information, yield a lot of clues to these.
Bam. And that's why they took that house down, because there was no blood splatter. Not one picture. Not one. They could not produce one picture of blood splatter. They couldn't even produce a picture of a bloody mattress. No blood splatter, just a planted knife sheath with just a speck of something that I'm sure was taken off of either the driver's license or the door handle or something like that, which was the father's side. And so I just wanted you to see firsthand, or hear rather firsthand, at how they will pay off an expert to come in and dance around everything. Blood splatter experts. But nobody is going to tell you that you're going to see exactly from the very first puncture wound, that blood squirt. You're going to know exactly, you're going to know the force of that squirt. The first stab wound is going to be more profound, that squirt. of blood, you're gonna know exactly where it happened, and it's gonna go every fucking where. Get it? That's why the fucking house came down. They're lying to you. Fucking wake up.
Ordered.